Hello, I'm Dr. Hari Lamba, speaking to you from my garden today because I wanted you to get a feeling that what I'm talking about is good for us, nature, and our planet. I'm going to talk to you today about brighter climate futures, a global energy, climate, and ecosystem transformation. And this will be the one that will help solve the climate crisis. As you can see, the planet is really beautiful, but it's out of the big 8,000 miles diameter or 12,800 miles kilometers of diameter. We only live on a very small skin, which is only about 5 miles high, which is our lower atmosphere. Anyway, even as we breathe, the plants, the trees, and are breathing out the oxygen that we breathe and are absorbing carbon dioxide. And we're getting plenty of sunlight, as you can see. We are today in COVID-19 or coronavirus times. As you can see, here's a curve of infections. If you are increasing, it's bad. If you're at a peak, it's good. If you're decreasing, it's better. Anyway, that's the coronavirus as of now. Of course, it's best if we are at zero. Now, we have, in the case of climate, we have a climate fever. It's like a coronavirus fever or coronavirus medical issue. If you take carbon dioxide, the concentration was 280 parts per million in pre-industrial times, and it is now at about 410 in the year 2021. What we need to do is we need to get to a point where we get to a peak of carbon dioxide concentrations and then decrease down to a lower level as somewhere at about 300 to 350 parts per million. As far as the emissions are concerned, we are at about 36 billion metric tons of carbon dioxide emissions today, and we've been increasing. We need to go down immediately by the year 2050 if we have to avoid, this is our 1.5 C temperature rise goal. This is to make sure that the average temperature rise is less than 1.5 degrees Celsius for the global level. So that's our goal, to avoid the heating caused by carbon dioxide, which is a greenhouse gas which traps heat just like a greenhouse glass does. Here I'm showing you, we have the sun. The sun gives us plenty of energy, enormous amounts of energy. And here I have the solar panel that's on my roof and in the lumber house. And what it's doing is generating electrical energy even as we speak. And it's doing it without any, I'm not buying any fuel, I'm not getting any fuel from anywhere. The fuel is free, and it's being delivered to me, and I'm using it. Now, here's a map of the world. I've drawn 7 squares in different parts of the globe. Any one of those globe squares can produce all of the world's energy. Any one of those squares can produce all of the world's energy, all, with solar panels. And each of those squares is less than 1% of the whole land area of the whole planet. It's less than. So that's how much solar energy we have available to us. So what I'm saying is, for solving climate change, what we need to do is we can have plenty of energy and a more beautiful earth. What I have presented in both my website as well as my book that is published now is plans for the global level, for the US, for California, China, India, and the European Union. What this means is fossil fuels to renewable energy conversion will be completed. We will store plenty of renewable energy either in batteries or some alternative forms like hydrogen. And we will cover all, and we will have also solar electric highways, which means we will be directly charging cars with solar energy or fuel cell cars getting hydrogen that is also produced by solar energy, or other renewable energies like wind and geothermal. And we cover all major areas and topics like tourism, aviation, shipping, and the military. So we cover all the different areas. It's an A through Z plan. And we'll have zero carbon emissions from fossil fuels by 2050. And we'll have plenty of energy. So that's the energy and climate plan. The other plan is to make it a more beautiful earth and a better life for all. And here we am talking of carbon sink ecosystems. You folks might have heard of green carbon, which are forests that absorb carbon, or land ecosystems. There's the word blue carbon has become pretty common for ocean absorption of carbon by ocean ecosystems. And then I'm talking about brown carbon, which is what can be absorbed if we reform our agriculture, make it more organic so that the soils can absorb more carbon and we'll have a better regenerative agriculture. At the same time, I'm talking we'll still have to deal with 1.5 degrees temperature sea rise, and already we have had worsening disasters. So what I'm saying is we need disaster risk reduction. We need to be preparing before, during, and after for disasters, which are like hurricanes, wildfires, tornadoes, and things like that. So we need year-round to be organizing on a global level and preparing for these disasters until we get the temperature further back down to a better range. But with 1.5 degrees Celsius, we'll still have significant disasters that we'll have to cope with. I have in the transformation plan a very good jobs and economy plan that is a total retooling and a re-industrialization of the globe, a just transition for all the fossil fuel workers and the fossil fuel companies and the countries. And more than that, it's more than a green recovery. It's not just a green recovery, which we can do from coronavirus, but for the next 30 years, it'll have a total plan, a transformation plan on how we can generate these new kinds of activities and have people employed in them and be earning money. At the same time, we're solving the climate crisis. So it's not a question of cutting back. It's a question of changing and doing things better. And we'll have plenty of energy. So I'm not talking of cutting back. And we'll have a strengthened we need a strengthened global organization to implement this globally. And we have to have national leaders that step forward and make this happen. The United Nations and other organizations are active, but they need to be considerably strengthened if we have to solve this in a timely fashion over a 30-year period. All of that is defined in detail. Local actions are good. There's a lot of people who are active now at the local level. There's rallies going on. There's many organizations. All that is good. But global actions are a must. These leaders and governments must make available to us choices. Energy choices, transportation choices, housing choices, industrial choices. They must make these choices available to us. Only they can, because it's needed on a large scale throughout the whole world. When they make those choices, you'll be able to do better on a personal level. So I've created this website, which is mostly going to be an evolving plan, and it will evolve as we get more feedback from people. But it's the website is brighterclimatefutures.com. So you please use that as an organizing point. In the book, I have detailed all that I have talked about in great detail. There's about 13 chapters. The book is called Brighter Climate Futures, a Global Energy, Climate, and Ecosystem Transformation Plan. There's what the book looks like. You can order the book from Regent Press, who's the publisher, or you can order them from Amazon or from any bookstore or They'll be available to you in an ebook form so that you can read it on your computer or your thing. So what I'm talking about here is plenty of energy, a beautiful earth, and a transformation in our economic activities so as to be good for everybody. So this is my message to you, and I want to thank you for listening, and please get active. Thank you.